Oh, a few days after my visit, things started getting normal between us. It was as if he never knew I cheated. But one thing he didn't want to do was to have sex with me yet. I was confused and scared. I started pressuring him for the sex because I was scared that maybe he knew I have been infected with HIV. Hello everyone, welcome to SethEkow TV. I welcome you to this channel. If you really like what we do over here, I came across a story and I'm gonna say this is really horrible. This is a horrible story. A lady narrated a kind of story that I myself was really shocked reading. In fact, we are in a stage people are really sick in the head. At the end of this message, I hope both of us will learn something serious out of it, especially my dear brothers. We need to be very careful with the kind of ladies we play around. My dear sisters, you should be very careful the kind of guys you move around with. I was saying this particular story, a story I was really scared, and I was just thinking about it. What if it was me? So, my dear viewers, let's dig deep to this particular story. A few years ago, when I met my serious boyfriend, he's a boy who has been hustling. He lives with his parents and a brother. I met him through a friend and we liked each other. We started texting and became very close. A few months later, he asked me out and I accepted. Everything was okay till he wanted to have sex with me. I wasn't a virgin, but I lied to everyone around me that I was. Friends and close friends and all. So I had to keep up that lie. So I bought some tightening creams for the V and applied them. It made my pee as tight, as fresh as possible. Yehovah. So they are doing all this. So when we had the sex, he really did think I was a V. And he says, yeah, right now, no, it's not like they have certain things, to fake it. You understand? The thing is, they've already lost it years ago, a long time ago. But to impress you, they go for all these kind of things, and make it seem like you did. Brothers, we need to be very careful. Satan is really giving some people some knowledges. This is shocking. Okay. Because of that, he kind of treated me differently. Because, of course, he thought he had broken me. He made most of his friends know, and nobody could come out and say they have slept with me also. Because all those IF were his friends, okay? They aren't the type to kiss and tell. So I kept up that life for as long as possible. So as I was saying, because of that, he treated me differently. He is not a rich person, but he would always try to buy stuffs or take me out. I don't demand for things either, and that even made him buy me things the more. A few months on the relationship, and I was already fed up. I will really explain that. I was fed up of he being so good to me and buying me things all the time. I was tired of he acting all good. Even when we argue, he could end up apologizing, and I was beginning to get up of that. So I started looking elsewhere. But he didn't know that I had painted this good girl picture of me. So even if someone saw me doing something bad and they went to tell him, he wouldn't believe because he saw me differently. Now, let me start with this. There is something called pair bonding. There's something called pair bonding. Let me say this. People would attack me, but it's the truth. There's something that the Bible talks about. We running from fornication, flee from fornication, etc. God knows that immediately someone have that intercourse with you, there is a bond between you and that person. That's why in the Old Testament, people were forced to marry virgins. It was biblical. You understand? Because with that thing, it will be difficult for you to cheat or have outside relationship or so-called entanglement. You understand? Now, it has come to a point, even science prove this thing, that if you sleep with a lot of people, they leave DNA inside you. You understand? They leave this DNA inside you. And if you are a lady and that happens to you on multiple occasions, there's something called pair bonding. It will be difficult for you to stay with one person. And that's why when a man, you begin to hear, I'm not happy, you need to question yourself. You are not happy as in what? Looking at the story. Or her story, yeah, of course, yeah. The guy is doing everything perfectly, doing whatever that he's supposed to do, even though they are not married. That's why I don't support these kind of things. I don't support these kind of things. Because whatever these people are doing, what I say, it goes against the Bible. It goes against the Bible. So, the first place, this particular lady lied by saying she was a V or a babu. Meanwhile, she wasn't. 2, she has been faking her lifestyle. She's living a double life to please the guy, or she's hiding her other side from this guy. Right now, she's saying she's fed up. I wish I'm for. This is a very serious story. Let's continue with the story. So, as I said, I started looking elsewhere. So, on time, a female friend of mine texted me and said she had gotten a boy for me. She said he's rich and open-minded, and also she set us up. We started talking for a new days, and this guy said he wanted to meet up. We agreed to meet at Accra Mall, and we hung out there. When I met this guy, he said he didn't like where so many people are, and his house was just around, so he wants us to go there since he was my friend's friend. I decided to go with him. When we got there, we started to talk and stuff till he kissed me and we had sex. God. Someone you don't really know, just one day, no. Sometimes I just don't understand, why would our sisters, sorry to say, go so low like that? Like, you meet someone just a day and you just give in, just like that. The end is near. So after the seas, this guy started acting up. He started saying I should leave because he had things to do. So he took me back to the mall and left. Someone who, have you seen? All he wanted was to use this girl. There are a lot of guys out there doing this kind of nonsense. It's not because they want to even marry you. The principle is there. You marry the person, you can do whatever that you want. Even if it's 10,000 a day, it's up to you guys. So far as both of you accept it. Now they are doing this thing. And after he got what he wanted, he dumped this lady. I'm advising all my sisters to be very, very careful when it comes to these kind of things. You should be very, very careful. I feel so sorry for this lady going through these kind of things. I had no money then because I thought since he was rich, he would take me back home. So I was at the mall with no money. I called my boyfriend and told him I went to see my relatives around the mall. But when I got there, I didn't see them and I didn't have money to come back home. So could he help me out? He didn't have the B because he asked around till he sent it to me and I got home. When I got home, I tried texting and calling the boy I had met, but it looked like he had blocked me. And I could not tell my friends what had happened to me because I was scared she would spread it. So I just let it go. You see what I've been talking and I've been telling brothers, the people now you've been killing yourself for, no, they are also, their heart and mind also there somewhere else. There are a lot of promiscuous ladies out there right now. They can't stay with one person. It's something that baffles me right now. They are married to you, but their heart they somewhere else. They are married to you, but their mind they their ex. You understand? It's a problem right now. It's really a problem. Let me say this. I'm not saying every guy should do that. A guy can be promiscuous, but when this person decides to stop whatever he's doing and to stay with one person, everything will be successful. But should a lady decides to sleep with a lot of people, you understand, it will be difficult for that person to stay with one man. It takes the grace of God. It takes the grace of God. That's where the pair bonding comes in. That's where the pair bonding comes in. I never told my boyfriend about this. A few months after this, I met another guy. Like, what is really wrong with this particular girl? We started talking and hanging out then. Then I started dating this guy too. And I liked him. Let's call him my side boy. And let's call my boyfriend my main boy. Unlike my main boy, my side boy was different. He was bad and was no nonsense dude. He would shout at me and do things my main boy doesn't do. He would hit me when he was angry, and I liked it. I like the drama. I've been saying, these people, they like drama. Brothers, have this thing into mind. They like drama. So when they meet this guy who complies, like who has time for them, like they don't question back, have time for them, care for them. No, they don't want that. They want drama. I know people say, no, we are all not like that, but that's the truth. We are talking about the majority. You're not talking about the minority. I didn't say all of you, but I'm saying the majority. The majority. This is what they've been going through. They like abusive people. The kind of people that will treat them like trash. Yeah, these are the kind of people that they want. And looking at this story, I know my brothers, you are watching and listening. It's hard time you look at their souls instead of their faces and their body. You understand? It's time you look at their soul, not their face and their body. These people are not who you think they are. Trust me, they are not what you think you are. They are different people living a double lifestyle. This is so sad. I feel sad for this guy. I started falling for him more than I was falling for my main boy. He would come back and ask for money all the time and expect me to buy him stuff too. When he asked for money and I didn't give him, he would block me, and because I was so into him. The people that you love, they don't love you. They also love the other. It's a cycle. And this kind of people, they will only love you when they are whatever that they wanted and they didn't get it, then they think of you being the stupid person. They are coming back to you, as I said in the previous video. Yeah, looking at this video, the story, looking at this story, that's how it is. It is what it is. They don't like you, the good person, in their prime years. That years that when they look so nice and pretty, now they don't want you. They want those Useless guys. Excuse my word. The word that those guys that will treat them like trash. These are the kind of guys who follow more. As I say, they fall for these people. And when things don't work out, they now think of coming back to you. Thinking, say, you wait for them. They're always dreaming. Let me continue with the story. I wanted to please him all the time. So what I did was, when he asked me for money, I would ask my main boy and send it to him. I stated earlier that I wasn't a demanding type, and because my main boy knew this, he started giving me when I asked. Obiba, hustling guy. Literally, he would break his neck to get me whatever I asked. So my side boy would ask me for money, and I would ask my main boy. And because my side boy would beat me, when I don't get him the money, I started putting pressure on my main boy for money. Oh God. We started talking all the time on phone. Calls, video calls, meeting up. My attention was solely on this guy, and I was still with my main boy. The attention was divided. Exactly, this is what I've been talking. They can be with you, but they are not married to you. Trust me, they can be with you, but their mind is somewhere else. Some people don't want relations. Some people don't want marriage. They are just homeless and they want food. I've said what I've said. He started to piss me off. Any little thing, he does that, not even an issue. It made an issue and called for a breakups, even when the issue was little. And he would always come back and apologize for the wrongs I even did. This is called gaslighting and manipulation. Gaslighting. Yeah, you are aware, person. Now, this person, no, he or she did this, but in the end, you end up apologizing. Yeah, gaslighting. It's a narcissist tactic that they use on their breeders. It's so sad. It's so sad. Exactly a year after this happened, we were able to get over this. My boyfriend still saw me to be the good girl I portrayed. This guy is not smart. He didn't know about the first guy I slept with and the second guy I drained him of money for. I met another guy, unlike the last one. Oh God, another one. 3. Unlike the last one, he was good, but I didn't want to repeat the same mistakes over again. I felt like I have made my boyfriend suffer too much and I wanted to be good. It got to a time my main boy started owing people. Wow. He would borrow money from people and give it to me. Sometimes his pocket money that was given to him for him to feed would be given to me, and I also would give it to my side boy. This continued for a while till it got to a point where my main boy debt became too much. He couldn't even go out and meet friends because he owed most of them because of me. And since the money wasn't coming anymore, my side boy left me. You understand? When you go for high maintenance ladies, you are going to get drained. Trust me. They are really going to drain you. They are really, really going to drain you. That's why I've been telling my brothers to focus on themselves. Build yourself before you think of any relationship or marriage. I've been telling my brothers, looking at this story, I know someone is reading. He has been into this thing. It could be a table flipped. It could be table flipped. You understand? A lady too could be doing this thing, helping this guy, but this guy too is doing similar thing outside. So we are reacting based on this kind of story. As I've been doing all the time. The next one. Back to this new guy I met. We started talking and hanging out all the time. It was almost as if we were a couple, but we weren't one just yet. Hey. A few weeks later, he proposed and we started dating. Good. He was the one who introduced me to this app, so probably he will see this. We started having the sex, always with protection. Till one day he found out that I had a serious boyfriend. He posted me on his status and WhatsApp. Not knowing a friend of his knows my boyfriend and he knows he is dating me, so he told the guy. He confronted me and I couldn't lie, so I told him the truth. I promised him that I would break up with my main boy and he let the issue go. Ever since that issue came up, he stopped doing the thing with protection and started doing it raw. Wow. I didn't think much into it then. Then later on I found out that he has HIV/AIDS and had infected me with it. He broke up with me when I found out and he had just disappeared from life. Jesus Christ, my Lord. Wow. Back to my boyfriend. He also found out I cheated with that guy because of that friend. So we stopped talking for a while. I thought I had found another guy and he was better than him. So I stopped minding him and he also stopped minding me too. I realized I was infected with AIDS. I was traumatized then. I didn't know what to do. And I knew how my life was going to change then. I had nobody and I didn't know if people would accept me if they go to realize that I know I have this disease. Wow. So I went over to my boyfriend's house and I apologized for everything I had done then. We talked and since I wanted to have sex with him that day and infect him too, so that if anything he stays with me, but he didn't trust me anymore and he couldn't even touch me. Oh, a few days after my visit, things started getting normal between us. It was as if he never knew I cheated. But one thing he didn't want to do was to have sex with me yet. I was confused and scared. I started pressuring him for the sex because I was scared that maybe he knew I have been infected with HIV and I wanted to sleep with him before he got to realize that I have been infected. I researched everywhere and asked the nurse who took care of me how HIV can be transmitted aside sex. Hey, I'm not proud of this, but when I am to cook for us both, I made sure to cause a cut on my hand, and instead of me to wash the blood off my hands, I mixed it with the food I am to cook for us. I was too desperate then, and I regret doing this. Hey. It continued, so we had the sex finally. Obviously, me mixing my blood with our food wasn't working, and I was happy we had the sex. We continued having sex for a while till one day I decided to come clean with him and tell him the truth about me getting the disease. I asked him to get checked up because I am sure he had it. I told him we would be together for a long time since we both have it. And I also told him we could take our drugs together. I hadn't started mine yet because of how I was being, because obviously I pissed him off. He tried to take his life, but luckily his mom found him early and was able to get him to the hospital before anything could happen to him. After weeks later, he started feeling better, but he resorted to smoking, and it started to affect him more than I thought it would. He checked and realized I wasn't joking after all. He didn't take it lightly because he cried and cursed me. He said all sort of things, and I know I was at fault, so I tried calming him down, but nothing will work. I decided to give him space. So I was saying that I think we women are naturally evil because of our ancestor Eve, and there are things I doubted I could do, and now that I have done them, then I think our evilness is natural. I am sharing a story with you guys. Brothers, Sisters, I hope we are all listening to this. This is one of the most saddest story I've ever read. That people are so psychopath, sociopath, narcissist that after doing all this evil, finally she decided to infect this innocent guy with this disease. It's so sad. It's so horrible. It's so horrible. And I know that for let me be quick. This particular lady, no, Okusha Brante be a brand and a hard-working guy. No, she no. I do ya can't want some ass which you be. And then ya can't want some can. Abrante ante. No, then start a relationship. No more that but it wasn't enough for this particular lady because one name covered the dead but pretending so you're a good girl. Finally, Okusha another guy. Me one guy or any film and no guy using you no janisi abonting. No sounds go another guy bill. The same thing. Last one Okusha no the area. In fact, we need to be very, very careful, my dear sisters. We need to be very, very careful. Hey, and life is only one. Don't play with your life. Don't play with your life. My brothers, I hope you listen to this story very, very well. And I know you learned something out of it. There are so many people like this out there. They just don't care. I think last month, I got hold of a story where one lady decided to infect two other guys. She was very pretty, trust me. Girl no for papa, but she vowed say she was going to infect everyone with that disease. These are the kind of people we are living with right now. And as I've been telling you, brothers, be very, very extra careful. Medi, any man. If you think you ever sleep with everyone you see, one day, you will meet someone you're not supposed to meet. You will do all the malice and all the stuff, and in the end, no, that's going to be the end of your life. There are some holes you are not meant to enter. There are some kind of bottles you are not supposed to be chasing. There are some kind of people you are not supposed to follow. There are some kind of people immediately you have anything to do with them, that's the end of your life. Spiritually, that's the end of you. Physically, you will lose your job. Everything of yours is going to collapse because these people are poisonous. Whether being a man or a woman, you need to be very, very careful. Dear viewers, I hope this story was too touchy and you really learned something out of it. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. I hope this story is really going to change someone. Please, if you are promiscuous, please stop. If you don't know Jesus Christ, search for Jesus Christ. Take him as your Lord and personal Savior. Have a nice day. If you really enjoyed this video, give us a thumbs up. Share to a friend to listen to this scary and awesome story. Have a nice day. Till we meet again. Adios.
Oh, hell no!